What is up, guys? Lone Hawk here today, and welcome back to Overwatch. In today's video, we're taking a look at the newest patch that hit the PTR server just yesterday, if you're watching this the day it came out. It's not the biggest patch, and I'm guessing they're going to build on top of it, but I think the changes that were made are kind of significant. So we're going to talk about them. I'll give you my opinions on what they mean for the game, and if they're good or bad patches, in my opinion. First thing that happened is a change to Ana. Now, some people, Ana is a weird hero right now in the Overwatch community. Some people swear she's weak and she's terrible, when in the reality is, or at least in my opinion, she's actually a very good hero. She's just extremely hard to play. Recently, running triple tanks in many team comps has been kind of a successful strategy. The use of Ana's ultimate, which charged extremely quickly, meant you could snowball games from start to finish, because Ana's ultimate charged faster than any of the others in the game. What they're doing to combat this is they're increasing the cost of Ana's ultimate by 20%. Now, Ana was never an overpowered hero in general, it just seemed like her ult was charging too fast. So what they did was they buffed her biotic grenade by increasing the radius from 3 to 4 meters. This is a good change, I think, but it's a very big one. It's a much bigger one than many people think. This actually significantly cuts down on the effectiveness of a triple tank team composition, because Ana ult really kind of, made that composition work. You get your Ana ult very early, and you snowball the game once you've nano boosted your Reinhardt. So, by nerfing this ability, they're actually nerfing a whole team composition. And in return, they're not doing too much. Ana is definitely going to be weaker than before. Increasing the radius of her biotic grenade to 4 meters from 3 is a small buff, but it's not going to... That kind of change really, I don't think, is going to change her play rate at all, her win rate, or any of her effectiveness. Honestly, that change seems kind of unnecessary. It seems just like they threw it in. They knew this nerf would hurt Ana, so they just threw this in to make her better, because I don't know, personally, I just think Ana's going to be directly weaker than she was before. Still very good, because her ult will still charge fast. I'm guessing 20% more when it charges very quickly is still, it's still going to be a fast charged ult. However, it is going to cut down on the effectiveness of this whole team composition, which many people didn't realize. Only time will tell, really, if that comp still works. I personally think it will. Quick apology, the gameplay in the background won't necessarily represent the heroes I'm talking about. I just simply don't have time to gather that much footage this week. I'm very busy. But moving on, though, Widowmaker actually has received a pretty big change. Her scoping in animation time has been reduced to 0.3 seconds from 0.5 seconds. And for those of you who may think that's kind of a small change, it doesn't mean a lot, that's actually huge. It's a 40% faster aim down sights time. I mean, that's actually going to make Widowmaker a lot more viable than she was before, and it's actually, I think, a good way to do it. The time between shots Widowmaker had was never the problem. It was always the time it took to take her first shot that was the problem. So by making her scope in faster, you're decreasing the time it takes to land her first shot while making the time between shots the same. So I think this change might bring Widowmaker back into the meta a little bit. It's hard to really say right now. She's definitely a skill champ, and she definitely will be more viable than before, but if you have the aim, is she really going to be better than someone like McCree, who requires and rewards that aim very well? I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see when the patch goes live what people think and how they're doing with her. The last hero change we'll be talking about today is a very minor one, nothing crazy. Junkrat's ultimate now activates faster. The time it takes from hitting Q to actually being in the tire view is now decreased. It still takes the same amount of time to get the ult. The ult charge rate hasn't been changed, you just activate it faster upon using it. Nothing too crazy. It did just seem like it took almost forever whenever you're trying to use a Junkrat ult very quickly to get it off. So this, I think, is a good change. Nothing crazy though, making Junkrat a little more viable than he was before. Those are the only significant changes. Like I said before, though, I'm guessing they're going to build on this patch, and when this is actually moved to live, it'll probably be much bigger than before. And I also suspect we'll be getting a new hero on the PTR soon, one by the name of Sombra, maybe? That's actually just a hunch. I do think they're going to put her on the PTR, or him, or whoever the next hero is. I do think they're going to come on the PTR this patch. Just a hunch. I hope so. Hopefully I'm right. And yeah, the other changes on this patch so far have been, balance updates. Those are the ones we talked about. Some small bug fixes along heroes, maps, and Stuff nobody really needs to know about. It won't really change anything. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below, and I will see you guys all later. Lone Hawk, out.